And we are live. Hey, everybody.
Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Interesting week we've had. Very interesting. Um, been on Queens a little bit, doing some interesting. That was pretty interesting. By the way, you know about the whole Gina Diamond thing, Tony? I don't think you knew about that. Tony?
What'd you say, the Gina Diamond thing?
Yeah, apparently that she's a trans woman that basically went overboard and cursed and called me an F slur, then basically started saying hate speech, and eventually she got her channel terminated. That was quite
To
interesting.
you?
Yeah, she said that to me. She called Queen's kids whores and everything like that. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Why? Is this Molly's friend?
Used to be, but left. But yeah, that was pretty
Hey,
crazy.
Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
Okay, I
Pretty-
know of her. I just don't know her. I never interacted with her.
That was pretty crazy, actually. But she got her channel terminated. That was pretty interesting. I just wanted to mention that.
Well, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Obviously, you can't go threatening and using words like that.
Yeah, and
On YouTube.
segueing to that, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. There's, if we haven't known, Abba and Preach is a famous show, kind of famous. It's basically like a red pill show. Let's get a picture. Let me do a share screen of Abba and Preach to give you an idea what he looks like.
Love you too, Grandma. I hope everything's well over there.
Let me see.
Yeah, I've been not in the orbit
Fresh and
of what's
Fit.
going on, so I have no idea.
Well,
Hey,
basically,
Heifer.
I have her. Basically, Fresh and Fit is a podcast, a red pill podcast that the formula for these guys is, and I'm going to show you a screenshot of their show a little bit. We're not going to play it because
We have talked about them before.
we talked about them because they were basically paying women to be with them, and it was very, very cringe. So this is Fit. I'm doing a share screen, by the way. This is Fit right here. He is a retired FBI agent, very chauvinistic, kind of definitely an asshole, and they surround themselves with women. And where is Preach? Where is Mr. Preach? I'm not Preach. I mean, Fresh. And this is Fresh right here.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Fresh has gotten himself in a conundrum recently. And the conundrum that he has gotten himself into is that his short-term girlfriend that he's only known, I think, since November, he got pregnant. He got his girlfriend pregnant accidentally. And instead of being a real man about it, he started telling her to go for an abortion. Mm-hmm. And, basically, it got leaked. All the text got leaked. Mm-hmm. The woman that he is apparently was sleeping with was, and let me just put that on there one moment. This is the woman, Daisy Fitchin, which is kind of weird because it's kind of like fit, but what's C? You're going to hear a little bit of an obnoxious song in a moment, but let me just stop it. This is her right here. This is Mr. Fresh. This is when they were together. A very good looking girl. This is her,
That's her TikTok, though. That's her personal TikTok.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She does workouts and stuff like that. So anyway, the texts come out. He's crying like a little girl, and we're going to kind of read through the text. It's quite entertaining. It's quite interesting to see that a guy who talks about, don't get women are whores, don't get whores pregnant, or they'll steal your child. Then they'll get your child support. Abortion is terrible. What does he do? He has premarital sex, gets a woman pregnant, and demands that she has an abortion.
Hey, Jasmina.
That is quite interesting. And then he cried.
I know accidents happen. It does. There's probably a lot of accidents walking around right now.
Well,
man up.
Yeah, man up. But the fact is that, he should have probably, not
practice what he preaches.
Yeah, he probably should have not, had sex with someone without protection if he didn't want, that. So this is the first text that she does to him. This is to Fresh. You see the pregnancy. I can see it. I can make it bigger. See a little pregnancy thing here, right there, right?
Is that 2 of them? She double checked.
She double checked. Yeah, she definitely double checked.
Good on her.
And then it says, this is her. Now, I think I don't think English is her first language. So you're going to see some cut off English a little bit. I think she might be Chinese or something like Mandarin or something.
Sure.
Asian would be better. So you might hear a little cut up. So it is what it is. So
yeah,
she says,
grandma, birth control. It's so easy to get. I know some states, I know it's a lot harder to get, but you can just get the depot and just call it a day.
True that. So he says, you always told me you wanted me to be your baby's mother. I loved you, and I did everything to be a good girlfriend. Now this is happening. You walked away. I think I want to keep the baby. I don't want to kill alive. I want you to think carefully and take responsibility. And he says, I'll call you shortly. She says, take your time. A call does occur.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, after that, I can't have kids. She says, take responsibility for your actions. Now, I'm just like wondering, how old is Mr. Fresh? How old is he? Okay, let me see. Fresh YouTuber. Impression. 1 moment. He's like 34 years old, I think, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
So
No,
he's in his, we'll just say like mid-30s.
No, that's the other guy, Marin Gaines.
Oh, okay.
But he's probably like late 20s, early 30s. I don't see how, you can't have kids, to be honest with you.
I think he meant I can't have kids at this time in my life.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want kids. He should have said I don't want kids, not that I can't have kids.
Yeah, you know what? I screwed up. I didn't, let me just stop. Stop that. I screwed up a little bit. Give me 1 moment.
Yeah, take your time.
All right.
Mind you, y'all, he preaches no abortion, no abortion. There we go. Okay. I was wondering, I was about to ask you, could you make the picture bigger?
Yeah, can you make the picture bigger? And I realized that, and it's just like, oh, fuck. But yeah, this is the picture of the pregnancy test. This is what I read, Then he goes into the next thing, which is, let me just go to the next one. All right. The next one is this. Then he says, what's this? She says, read it, blood test, pregnancy blood test. He says, I know, but what does it mean? I don't understand numbers. And then it says here, female pregnant. And it looks like it's like probably a blood test to see if she's pregnant. And it says, the doctor, 3 to 4 weeks, doctor says, okay. So basically, 3 to 4 weeks, my guess, is into the pregnancy.
Yeah, she's about a month in.
She's about a month in. So the next text is...
Hey, voices.
Hi, voices. The next text Mr. Fresh does is this one. And we're going to go through this like 12.
Jasmina asks, is that the one claiming to have an FBI background?
No, that's the other one. That's Fit.
Okay, that's Fit.
Fresh is the guy who contributes nothing to the show, but basically a laugh track. And he pretends that he's like a multimillionaire and he's like got a yacht. And all he does is he's basically famous for making up a ridiculous story about, basically meeting a basketball player. And then the basketball player, thinking he's so cool, takes him to his place and just gives him 3 women to sleep with and have multiple threesomes or something like that. And, and everyone laughed at him because they realized the story was so fucking fake and ridiculous because the man is an awkward motherfucker. The guy is as awkward can be. The only reason why women probably sleep with him is because they think he has a lot of money. Personally, I think he spends all his money on stupid shit, and I think he's broke as a joke because rich people don't buy shitty cars and yachts. You might as well throw your money into a fucking bonfire and let it burn. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, if you're riding in yachts and you're riding in boats all day and stuff like that, to me, you're kind of fucked. fucking yourself. Especially in the YouTube game, when you're basically only relevant if you're lucky for 5 years, if you're lucky.
Lucky, yeah.
If you're really lucky. And, his show is easily copyable. I mean, you basically got two chauvinistic guys that surround themselves with Instagram models.
They basically copied Andrew Tate. It's just
And,
an
they,
incel
and, they,
type of thing.
and they got copied. The Fresh and Fit got copied by whatever podcast, and they got copied by what someone else. So basically, it's a very easy formula. There's nothing stopping for two chauvinistic guys to basically shit on women, while Instagram models just basically, pimp out their profiles so they hope that people can follow them and give them money. And that's pretty much it. That's their show. And then they just get super chats from very, very lonely men that shit on these Instagram models. Here's $50. Tell that woman she's a whore.
Didn't one guy send in like 500?
Yes.
It was insane. And I don't see talk shows like that just sit there and they literally just,
Hi, guys.
It's hello. It's just like a bunch of chickens clucking. That's all I can hear when I watch their show. Haven't they already said everything that they had to say?
Yeah.
Shouldn't the show be over by now?
Pretty much. So the next text here, it says 3 to 4 weeks, doctor says. He says, okay, it's our baby, and you want to kill our baby. You are not being a good human. His response, it's not about that right now. It's not good, and a lot of is happening, especially now business may be over. I don't want kids right now, and we spoke about it, and you agreed. I thought you were a multimillionaire, Mister, and you're in your 30s. Very interesting. Her response, I never agreed, ? I agree based on your actions. Are you not educated? If you come inside of me, I will get pregnant. I guess she's saying if you keep on coming in me, I'm probably going to get pregnant. That's probably her gist.
Obviously. She's basically saying you're a dumbass. What did you expect?
Yeah, this is where babies come from. You know what I mean? Like, you're not wearing protection. You're sleeping with me, and you're not, I'm not on birth control. So, that's usually the formula for having children. I guess it's very simple. Maybe he didn't learn that. And he says, I don't get pregnant without your behave. Words mean nothing. Man up. I'm not saying I want to be with you. Don't, because you are nothing to me, but the baby is innocent. So, you think that at that particular point in time, he would start thinking to himself, yeah, maybe I should start taking responsibility. I shouldn't be a prick.
It's sad to say there's a lot of men out there that have done this type of thing. It's not just him. It's just there's just a lot of men out there that don't take responsibility.
True that. So let me see. And then this is what he says, the sniveling little rat says next. Let's look at this one. It says, you should have a kid with someone you are with love in the same household, and it won't be what you expect. Man up, ? I'm telling you now, so you know. Then she says, I don't expect anything anymore since we are not together. I got pregnant with you when I was in your house, and when I was in love. You wanted to have the baby. If you didn't, you did come in me with your own pleasure. Be logic and be a man. I don't get pregnant by myself. It's not fair for the baby. His response was, what are you saying? We are not together and won't be. Why would that be good for a kid? Her response was, so why did you come inside me? I feel kind of dirty reading that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I was about to say maybe we should not say the C word that much.
Yeah, maybe we'll just say inside for the sake of this, because this is getting a little R-rated here.
It's getting a little, but basically you shouldn't have released.
Yeah.
Just say released. Yeah.
Yeah. She's not really being smart either, because she should have probably wore protection and told them, but probably the guy is dumb as well.
He probably talked her out of,
Yeah.
There is slick guys and women. Don't get me wrong, it's both ways that are like, no, don't, it's fine, it's okay.
Yeah.
Then it's not okay.
Yeah, let me just close down.
Yeah. Even if you're not worried about getting pregnant, be worried about catching an STD.
It says, also things happen, and he says, also things happen, and yes, feelings change, but bringing a kid into a world without both parents, love is cruel. We both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. What? You both thought we wouldn't get pregnant? Like, sir, I don't think you understand the concept of like sex. If you don't understand that, sir, I think you might have some issues. I think you might be in trouble at this point.
This is why people don't take the abortion bills seriously. Because
Yeah.
this is a pure example of, I mean, honestly, she's at fault too, but she's owning it and she wants to have the baby. Good on her. She knows what happened. She knows where she fucked up, but she wants
Yeah.
to keep it. But him, on the other hand, see, this is why the government wants us to just do what they say, because they're baby proofing everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, pretty much he just, like, fucking acted a complete fool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, absolute fool. Give me one moment. The next text. I'm trying to get it. Give me a moment. Of course, this thing is causing it to freeze, but whatever. Let me just leave that site. Of course, that's freezing. I'm spamming the shit out of it. Okay, let me see what the next one is. Let me see. Give me a second, guys. But yeah, I mean, so far he is not taking responsibility.
Where do they live? Like California or something?
Miami.
They live in Miami. Oh, Florida.
Yeah, pretty much. You know,
I mean, there's no excuse to not, I mean, but it happens. At least she's taking responsibility. He's the one that is giving all the excuses. Should have wore a condom.
All right, I found something a little bit better than this because I'm going to just do it this way. And this is from Weird in Life. I don't know. So I'll put that channel there. We'll go a little bit easier because apparently these websites are like slowing down my computer. So this is a gentleman.
Grandma. Okay, Grandma, just be safe.
Be safe. It says, this is a story between me and Walter Weeks. The podcaster knowing at, let me just slow this down. Podcast knowing as Fresh, IG, YouTube, Russian Fit, Fresh Prince CEO. I met him on November 21st in Miami and I fall in love with him. We spend New Year's together. That's the time when he asked me to be his girl and to commit to him. He posted a video of us, social media. He said to me, I love you and I don't want to be with any other man. Be with you other man. Okay, whatever. A few days later, he asked me to meet his mom. Everything went well and I showed him his mom my respect. He defended me on his podcast from rumors. That's the moment I truly fall in love with him. But this is where the game begins. I left Miami on January 8th, traveled back to China for Chinese New Year's. The night before, we had a serious conversation. He said he sees me like someone to spend the whole life with. And I told him I was going to move to Miami from him. From when we started a long-distance relationship for 2 months until I traveled to Barbados and met his entire family there. Therefore, I'm not on both control, and we had sexual behavior without protection. I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. He asked me many times, what if you get pregnant? My answer towards to him was always, yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind to have a baby. And then we read, he says, oh my God, our kids are going to look like them. They are so cute. LOL, I knew you were typing me this. Okay. Let me see. And that's her. Pretty good looking woman. Tony?
No, she is. I just didn't want to I didn't want to sexualize her.
All right.
She looks like I will say this. She's smart. She's taking responsibility. She's calling him out on his shit. I respect that. Because you don't get many of that, especially in this, culture.
Okay. And then he says, we both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. It was a joke, he says. And then her response, all I am saying is you should take the responsibility for what you did. I am a victim in this relationship, and I'm carrying your babe. You act like you don't care and you don't want nothing. His response was, also now I'm worried to have to test other girls, at least 4. So he is basically sleeping with 4 other women besides this lady. 5 women. 5 women in total. Some unprotected sex. I like, what the fuck? And he breaks this news to this lady on the text while she's telling him that she's pregnant, 4 weeks pregnant. Fucking Christ, man. That is crazy to me.
Mm-mm.
Crazy.
You're saying you have sex with 4 girls without protection. So I'm reading the text. It's mind-boggling.
So next what happens is, and then she says, another girl? 4 girls? You are saying you have sex with 4 girls without protection? I hope you have all the money for your children's support. You finally admit you are a fucking trash. And he says, like a chivalrous man, I don't have money. Good luck. LOL. You will see. She says, I hope you have all the money for your children's support. Okay, we see that. And then she says, nobody cares about your money. Good. Also, I know you don't want to raise a kid by yourself. You need a man that's going to be there with you. We aren't even together. Forget the money part. She responds, I want to keep the baby. I will raise it by myself, but you'll have to take the responsibility. I don't need a man, especially I don't need a man like you. Like, this is kind of crazy to me that this guy sits there and fucking preaches about, red pill, men taking responsibility. He's like admitting that he's not a high value man because he keeps on sitting there and saying, you gotta go to the gym. You gotta make money. You gotta go working. You gotta be a high value man to get these women. Look at me. I'm a high value man. I'm fit and I got these and I'm making money. And then he's like, no, I have no money. Go over there, meet another man. I'm not a high value man. Go over there, please abort my child, because I don't want to actually, raise my child.
This is horrible. It's just horrible. Because this is the end result of what's going to happen. He's never going to take responsibility, and guess what? This is going to happen again and again and again.
And it's like the craziest thing is this motherfucker is sitting here, right? This woman is clearly giving you signs that she wants a kid. She's like, when a woman starts saying our kids will look like these when they grow up. Yeah, at that particular moment she's subconsciously telling you, hey, I want to have kids. That's pretty much it. When they start like matching saying our kids can look like this, yeah, that's pretty much a sign, bro. It's like, and you're playing it off. Just saying.
I hope he learns from this. I really do hope he learns from this. I hope he does become a father, and I hope he.
No, he's gonna be another deadbeat dad that's going to drain the system because he was too irresponsible. And
most likely. But I'm saying, like, I hope he has a daughter, and I hope he self-reflects on himself and go, I would never want a man to treat my daughter that way. That's the best outcome that I can think of.
Yeah.
Is that something happens and snaps in his head and goes, wow, if my daughter dated someone like me, I would kill him.
Yeah. And this is and then he says, why you want a kid with someone like me? Make no sense, but okay. I thought you were a high value man. I thought you were rich. I thought you were this man of the world. You're on your yacht. I mean, like, what the fuck? Let me see, Fresh.
We're all confused.
We're all confused, Mr. Let's see, Fresh and fit on a yacht. Let's see if we can find a yacht party.
Why would you get a yacht? Like, I don't understand the frivolous, little things. Not even a little thing. That's a big thing. Why would you get a yacht? What do you want to do in the ocean, sir?
Yeah, let's just look at the yacht for a moment. Them pretending to be rich and all that stuff. Yeah, this is them in the yacht. He's Fresh. He's the CEO. Fresh CEO. I'm sharing again, by the way.
And this is probably, I don't think, does he know how to drive the boat, or does he hire somebody to do it? Because that's even more money.
Him, like, look at him. He's like,
to go to come back and let's go to the boat.
He's like all happy. He's on his yacht. He's spending all this money. He's having.
At least it's a small one. That is considered a small. My uncle had one of those like that, but he lived on it in Florida. Like, he lived on it.
I mean, is this a man taking, like, he has no money? maybe let's see if he's like
Sell the fucking yacht. If he still has the yacht, sell the fucking yacht.
let's
Man up
see.
and take care of your
CEO
kids.
Network Master Yacht Day 3 days ago. Okay.
3 days ago.
3 days ago. Let's see this. Look, wow. I mean, look at this. Just rides around his motherfucking yacht.
Drinking expensive liquor, smoking Cuban cigars, has a bunch of women.
And what's this? What is this?
I'm a spec ops, CIA operator. Now I just do the podcast. How to get into the exotic carnival game. Off of Turo, how to rent privately, how to do insurance verifications. It's always covered.
Fucking weird.
Are they teaching people how to get a yacht?
Yeah, like money making shit. Like, oh, we're gonna network with all these guys. We're gonna teach you how to make money and stuff like that. First
Guy
off,
literally has a T-shirt that says CEO Network.
First off, if I walked into a room about guys trying to teach me money and I seen this chair there and they didn't have enough chairs for everyone, I would immediately walk out the fucking door. You have to have at least enough chairs for everyone, and you have to not have like this is like the cheapest flooring you can get that looks good. This is not like a multi-million-dollar house. It's like
normally meetings like this happen like the company rents out like a hotel room, like one of those special speaking rooms that they go to. You go to the hotel, you go to the seminar, that's the name. Because those big hotels have like seminar rooms that companies can rent out to do stuff like this. But no, this is just in someone's living room.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of sad. And they just basically just like a man's club. And let's see what's the next one. I'm just going to see Mr. All right, CEO Network Mastermind. What is this one? Let's see. He's got the dog. Oh, he's just like walking around the gym. He's looking at cars. The usual vapid bullshit that no one actually gives a fuck about if you were rich. Like,
Do people really care about what kind of car you drive?
I mean, if you want to impress people, sure, that's what you usually do.
That's a waste of money.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, personally, I've seen a guy who was worth like $1 billion who just basically focuses his money on real estate and making money in Florida. That's the guy. I'm sharing my screen again. Tony, we're going through this again.
I was about to say, I just get a car that has good safety and call it a day. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
This says, because I'm not a killer, when I was with you, I loved you. Because I only realized now I was with the wrong person and you lied to me. Does this make sense? I thought you were smart. Say less. And he says, I didn't lie to you. It's not about being a killer. It's about doing what's best for us and also a child. No, the child will be dead, so you're not doing anything good for the child. But just a thought. It would be very selfish to bring a kid into the world without fully committing parents. Neither of us are ready to deal with something like this. You're never ready to deal with kids. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're never ready to deal with kids.
Yeah, it's not. No parent is perfect whatsoever, especially when it comes to the first kid. After the third kid, you're going to be like, fend for yourself. First kid.
You make 40,000. Let's say they cut out they make $89,000 on their channel usually, and that's not their courses and shit. So let's say we cut it in half bills. Let's say he makes $20,000 a month on $30,000 a month on money that he makes on YouTube. You're telling me you didn't put any money aside? You didn't make any plans? You can't buy a fucking house? You can't just fucking deal with it? I mean, okay. Well, then you're going to be paying child support, sir. I hope you plan for that. She says, it's selfish to make me pregnant and left me and lie to me. I'm not selfish. You are. You should worry about the other 4 girls you fucked with now. Learn from your lesson because I learned mine from you. Oof, that is true. Then he says, he said on the phone, there is no reason to meet and discuss further. He refused to have an adult conversation in person. He asked me to take pills and deal with it alone. He doesn't even want to show up and be a real man to take the responsibility under his behavior. Now I'm warning all girls, stay away from this man. He's dishonest and a liar. Now I ask, please pray, stand by me, and help me to expose him in order to protect more women. I have suffered many days before I decided to tell everyone what happened. I need help with other girls to know his true colors. Ladies, please contact yourself. Okay, protect yourself. If you guys still think this is me faking it or baby trap is usually like she for purpose got pregnant so that she could have a kid. Could be a debate. I called him and wanted to discuss about the situation. This is what he said to me. And I'm not desperate to baby trap anyone. Even if I do, I could have picked someone better. We don't decide who we met and fall in love with. You can laugh about it, but this is the truth.
She's owning it, dude. I have nothing but respect for this woman right now. And she's right, too. She was going to, quote unquote, baby trap.
She could have done it better.
Yeah, why would it be that? I have nothing
Okay, let me see this.
about him.
What's this?
I want to keep the baby.
Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
Well, that is out of your control at this point, sir. It's up to fate.
Well, here's the thing, too. You don't want to be in this baby's life. Okay, fine. But legally, she can get the parental rights for you to pay her.
I mean, wait until you have to stand before this kid when he gets older and say, I didn't want you and I wanted you to be killed.
It's on the internet. It's on the fucking internet now. I feel horrible. This will never go away.
Yeah, it won't.
No.
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Why did I do anything to you?
Nothing?
Why did I do anything to you?
No, I know. So like, how are you gonna deal with this? By saying I don't want a baby? That's all?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you go to the doctor, I guess.
To the doctor. So you want abortion?
I mean, yeah. Why do you want a kid now?
And why do you make me pregnant now?
Because I'm like, there's no way that's true. But then it's like, oh wow, like.
So just think about it. It's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
God wants you to have the baby.
Definitely not.
It is. God wants you to have a baby. 7 years never happened, and then you're fucking me for a month, and I'm pregnant. What does that mean?
Well,
Now I just think about it, if you force me to kill the baby, then you're a sin.
Well, we already sinned by having sex.
Whoa.
Can we let's throw sins out the fucking window?
Whoa.
Because that's not even an argument. Look at what we were talking about. So don't get biblical on us now.
Oh my God.
But she is right.
Yeah.
You know? But honestly, if that was the case, then my ex-wife would have the baby. You know?
Oh wow.
I'm just
He did
saying,
not
look.
say that.
What did he say? I didn't hear quite.
He said if I was meant if I was meant to have a baby, my ex-wife would have had the baby, not you. That, mind you,
Whoa.
this is online forever.
Oh my God.
I get it, but we're not together. You want to get a baby. I don't want a baby.
After she went public, other women also allegedly came forward and told her they had unprotected sex with Fresh. What do you think?
Holy stuff, babe. I was with him in December. Make an STD test ASAP. I did it when I was with him. He only admitted today to have sex with another woman without protection. We didn't use protection. He came in me. Oh my God.
Okay, at least she's clean. See, that's the thing. Even if you're not worried about getting pregnant and you in your delusional mind, you think, oh, it's it will never happen. At least worry about STDs because that can happen.
Yeah. Let me see what this is. I think this part here was recording.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. No, I'm
Oh, the
pregnant.
B pill. Okay.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
That would have been a good conversation to have with the person before you had sex with them to basically figure out what their belief system in religion was. I hope they can get all of the footage online. That child will never hear that. Yeah, well, the
Yeah,
child will
that's-
hear that because that's going to be probably used in a child support hearing.
Yeah.
Because his ass is going to be nailed to the fucking cross to pay child support, and he's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
going to. What is it like? I think it's like, what is it, 16% of your.
I don't know what's in Florida. I
No.
did try to look up the Florida laws, and it was just too much for me to comprehend.
Yeah, like he's a resident of Florida. So what's the child support laws in Florida 2024? Okay, the child's health care, standard needs of the child. What is how much? Yeah, he's fucked.
You're not killing. Okay. Well, I'm saying-
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
Okay, we listened to that part.
Yeah.
So now he's being made fun of. Fresh is being completely fucking ratioed and laughed at upon the internet by everyone because this is a guy who sat there and said, "I'm this guru. I'm such I'm into high value high valued women, virgins."
He's telling men how to be a man. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
he's not even
fucking
manning up.
It's ridiculous. And it's like, listen, you did the deed, now you got to pay. Now you
Yeah.
got to have to go into your pocket and pull out the money and pay for this kid. And if you were a responsible person, you'd have said, you know what? You probably should have had a conversation about a religion and said, hey, are you okay with abortion or no? And if she said no, then you probably should have said, maybe this relationship is not for me because, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like this guy wanted a fling. He wanted to sleep with multiple women.
But
And
can I just ask you something real quick, though? Mind you, I'm on this woman's side when I say this, but what religion is okay with premarital sex, but not with abortion? Like, how deep in your religion, or how bound are you to your religion?
There's a
that
lot
you
of
can
people
pick and
like that.
choose?
There's a lot of people like that. I mean, like, there's a lot of people that put that line where they're like, okay, we can have premarital sex, but we will not. I will not abort.
Will not abort.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes better sense because I'm sitting here going,
I mean, I highly doubt.
how faithful are you? You know,
I
what I
highly
mean?
doubt. I highly doubt everyone against like Roe versus Wade were all virgins when they got married.
I mean, this is true. This is true. I mean, but her choice at the end, religion and everything else aside, she wants to keep this baby, keep the baby. He doesn't have to be in the baby's life, but you're gonna have to man up and pay.
Yeah, I hope they can get. Well, yeah, they have the child later. Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not a good situation, Jasmina. It's not a good situation.
No.
So that is the situation. Everyone's reacting. Everyone's basically looking at this guy like a complete fool. It's really fucking sad that this whole situation is occurring, and it's really fucking pathetic that he can't man up and he can't take responsibilities. It's pretty sad, actually. But he's fucked. He's going to be paying a lot of money, probably Florida, and it's a lesson to you women. It's like these guys that sit here and they drive around their yachts and they sleep around. They're not real men. They're not people you want to be associated with. They are the scum. They are literally the scum on the bottom of your motherfucking shoe, and you should just look at them like that. And if you have kids and your kids look up to these guys, shut off the motherfucking computer because these guys are not people you want to look up to. They are not real men.
No.
They are boys.
Not only shut off the computer, discontinue your internet and burn all devices.
Absolutely. This should be a lesson that these guys are just cardboard cutouts, pretending to be these masculine men, but they're boys. They exercise. They focus more on their fitness. They focus more on their looks. They focus more on pleasuring themselves than their actual responsibilities. Because adults take responsibilities. Adults put people, their kids and their responsibilities before themselves, because that's how it goes. Your parents did that, and you do it for your kids, and that's how it goes. And you know what I mean? We need to probably stop listening. People need to stop listening to these people who say, "What do you rank this woman? 1 to 10? What do you rank this guy? 1 to 10? Go to the gym. You can only marry a high value." It's like, fuck, man. Like, you people
so
have lost the
stupid.
motherfucking point. Ridiculous. And it just shows you, and this is just one of many men who are like this, and women. Women can be like this, like the facades of women who go on and exercise. They just like focus on their looks all the time and not their responsibilities, and that's what you see all the time. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for this lady, Daisy, to find out that this man was a fake, a facade, a fraud, and now she's going to have to deal with this man for the rest of her life. They are connected now. This kid gets born. There's no separating them now. They are connected like that. They're combined. So if I was in Fresh's shoes, I would probably become a lot more friendlier with this woman and proceed to think about ways to either put money aside to pay for this kid and make sure this kid gets what the kid needs and gets the support the kid needs, and just be very nice and sociable to this woman.
He's never gonna man up.
Doubtful. And I'm not going to say that the woman doesn't have any blame. The woman was a fool, an absolute fool. 2 months and she's sleeping with the guy, letting him do that? No, absolutely not. That was a very foolish move, and she's going to pay for her mistake. And her mistake, luckily though, she's not a scumbag like him, but like she's going to have to pay for her mistake as well. And that's how it goes. That's unfortunate. It's kind of sad. It's kind of funny. Whatever, ever. But anyway, what's the next thing you want to talk about?
I reckon we're going to be talking about the Widowmakers. I actually just found a video.
Whitakers.
The Widowmakers? Widowmers?
It's Whitakers. It's Whitakers.
Whitakers. Okay.
Whitakers.
And I just found a video down the rabbit hole. There's like so many videos, but they're all long to explain it. So basically, oh, there it is. There is this channel called the Soft White Underbelly, and this guy, he basically, interviews all these people, and he met the Whitakers. And they are a family. Warning, by the way, we are going to be talking about drug addiction, incest, and a lot of things.
Well, I mean, maybe
happening.
You need to like give it a preference. Okay. So why don't you tell them about how like the current situation, and then segue them into the drug issues that are recently happening with them?
Oh, you mean the fake death?
Well, a little bit before the fake death, talk about the YouTuber that comes in, Soft White Underbelly, stuff like that.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to find a video. Hold on.
Well, okay, let's just get a summary. All right, so this YouTuber, all right, we'll go to Atazi.
I thought I sent you the video. That's why
It's
that's why I'm
Atazi.
confused.
Yeah, it's investigating Tyler Oliveira. Okay, that YouTuber goes to the house. Okay, he's trying to raise money for this family. Like he wants to meet the Whitakers. And when we put the YouTuber here, all right, this is the guy. I'm doing my share screen. This is the guy.
Oh, okay, hold on.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him. That's the second person. Not White
Now,
Underbelly.
that's not Soft White. We all know who Soft White Underbelly is. He does the interviews with people. He's a photographer. He does those creepy fucking photos. He was infamous recently for like basically doing an interview with a 13-year-old girl and having a picture of her see-through shirt. Okay, guy's scumbag. Don't like him, but whatever. In this case scenario, he was right so far. But what happened was he basically became famous, Soft White Underbelly, not this guy, the other guy, Soft White Underbelly, from interviewing the Whitakers. They are basically a family of like that have extreme incest. It's just not
It's
good.
a lot of inbreeding. And it's in
Inbreeding.
the Appalachians. So.
It's in the Appalachians. They have a lot, they're very nice people. He interviewed them, and basically he got famous for these interviews. Along, and he creates a GoFundMe to raise money for a house, right? People are donating, people are giving money, they're expecting to have a house soon, right? So this guy comes along, this gentleman.
Yeah,
along.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, that's
Mark Lita. Yeah,
Mhm.
Mark Lita. Thank you. So this guy over here, this YouTuber comes around. He basically says, he wants to do an interview with them. He wants to interact with them. Mark basically states, hey, I got a contract with them. They can't really do interviews. So they eventually, what happened was he decides, this YouTuber on the screen decides to actually meet the Whitakers. He meets the Whitakers in the house. What happens? He talks to this lady, and he says, what about the house? She's like, what house? And he's thinking that they are not getting any of the money. And he makes this exposed video of Mark basically calling him out, like, where's the fucking money that you raised for this house? All tens and tens of thousands of dollars. Where is that money? And then he starts a GoFundMe for $10,000 he puts in and demands Mark to put the matching amount and try to get them a house. Well, it turns out Mark had a very good explanation. His explanation was very simple, that he would get calls once in a while from these people, probably weekly, that they needed the money, that they had an emergency, that they needed the money, and he would take the money out of the GoFundMe and give it to them, and nothing was saved, basically. He kept on giving.
He did state that he would give them a hard time because they were asking for so much from the fund, but he always gave it to them.
Yeah.
He just was hoping not to because he wanted to get them a house.
Yes. So there was nothing in the account, and he gave them the money, and he gave the receipts. And it turned out this guy jumped the motherfucking gun on that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the controversy. And during that Mark Lita discussion with about the Whitakers, he said that he would withdraw his, covering them, that he was getting too much controversy from it, too much shit, because he's done all these good things for these people, and he's just getting shit on for it. He's being accused of being a scammer. He's being accused of being all these terrible things, like when it comes to the Whitakers, which in this case, just because I don't like you doesn't mean I don't agree with you once in a while. So far, my understanding of the situation and other videos, he is basically was in the right. He was actually trying to help these people.
Yeah, he was in the right. He showed receipts. He showed the transactions. He gave enough proof to put the guy that you see on screen.
And now gone.
Deleted the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the next thing is the situation is the drug usage. I guess that does that help shake way into this?
Yes, I did send you the Pyro Live one. That explains it to a T. And it's updated too, because he waited for that video of him coming down.
All right, one moment.
This guy basically just ended his YouTube career by calling out Mark.
Well, I mean, he got famous. So I guess Pyro is going to explain it again. We'll see. Okay, we'll do the Pyro video, and then we'll do the Down the Rabbit Hole video. Okay, let me just put this on. All right.
Yeah, Down the Rabbit Hole actually has like the actual text messages and stuff. Here,
yeah, Down the Rabbit Hole. Yeah, I put it on the screen. I'm sharing it right now. Is that the video you wanted?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm just sharing it into the chat.
Cool.
There you go. You're all set.
All right, I'll play.
A pretty weird situation that I've known about for a couple of weeks, but I left it in the background to fester, mostly because every couple of days there was a new update, and I was too busy trying to get Diamond on Siege. Mostly because I found a TikTok of a guy that's pretty funny, and he will just always end a sentence with, "I'm Diamond 1."
I'm Diamond 1. Holla your boy!
So this situation revolves the YouTuber Tyler Oliveira. Now, Tyler, like a lot of creators on the platform, has transformed his content numerous times. Like, for example, with me, I started off doing MLG videos that were just pretty horrible. And then I did leafy commentary videos that were pretty horrible. Then I did funny moments briefly. And then I do the whole long game reviews that are by doing these, I guess you could say, like exploitative videos. He'll go to states in America where gun crime is really bad, crime in general is really bad, drugs. Basically, the mainstay of his content right now is to travel to somewhere in the world and then walk around and interview a bunch of people. If there's an awkward interaction, that's great. It's more content. Now, I've seen a lot of people call him out, basically saying he's exploiting because he just...
Yeah, it's kind of like fucking tragedy fucking...
It's the same thing that Mark does. If you really think about it, he's doing the same thing that Mark does, except Mark is in a studio and he's on the street. They're
Yeah,
basically
Mark
the
is
same
like
thing.
basically goes into one area and does it. But I would argue, and I'm going to be devil's advocate here, that Mark does give money to the people that he interviews, and he does give them shit.
Exactly.
So at least he gives them money. You know, like it might be $200 here, $500 there, and it might be shit. But at least he pays these people for these interviews.
And there's usually always Mark always does like a double interview. Like if he interviews a drug addict that's homeless right now, literally the next interview, they're in a house. They have a job. They're clean. Like there's a lot of good stories that come out of it.
Yeah.
Just travels to an area, gets a bunch of views, and then leaves without really making any kind of impact. But I think regardless what you think of his content, there is definitely some level of effort there because, you know, most people, I mean, even me making this video, I'm just, you know, sat in my bedroom talking about it as opposed to Tyler, who will actually travel out to locations and interview people. Whether you think it's good content or not, he at least does more than what 99% of channels would do anyway. And
agreed. I agree with that. You know, if you're going out, you're doing interviews with these people and you're doing interesting content, I think that is definitely very good content. I think a lot of people like that. I mean, look at JLR. JLR, the reason why his channel motherfucking grew is because he just shows up in locations and fucking points the camera. Just simple as that. People like to see people interactions with people like that. They like to see that type of content.
It's a randomness too, because you never know what you're going to get.
He moved away.
Say that again. I played before you.
No, it's randomness too, because you never know what's going to happen. It's not like Mark, who's in a stage. Like he's not always in a stage, but most of his interviews are in a studio. But Tyler goes out into an environment where it can be random. You never know what you're going to get.
This is the face I'm doing right now on the screen at you.
Why are you
I'm just I'm fucking with you like
hey Wing.
This is my look on you. Okay, bro. I'm joking. Just fucking with you. So we need to get a screenshot that's just used as like a facial expression when anything happens, and just put that on the screen. Like
it is actually, yeah.
That's a good facial.
I don't know why he looks like that. He got his hair cut and he just became a new man.
An old man. The motherfucker looks like he's about to turn 70. He's got flip flops.
He's like 25.
Yeah, he's got a bathrobe. His hair looks gray. And he looks like fucking, what is it, Madhu? Or what is that?
I don't know. He just redid his hair, and now I think he dyed it platinum.
Bro.
And I don't know. He's doing, I don't know.
Bro, put your hair back. Don't wear the bathrobe.
He got a haircut, and now he thinks that who's that guy? Hugh Hefner.
You just know Hugh Hefner. Let's just be real.
Than what 99% of channels would do anyway. And another thing to give him credit for is obviously the fact that he moved away from the MrBeast clone content, because there are way too many MrBeast clone channels. It's such a saturated market. The fact that he moved away from that into his own kind of niche, that's respectable. Like another YouTuber I can talk about, for example, there is Ryan Trahan. He would do these kind of MrBeast-esque challenges. I would still say he is a MrBeast type channel, but the content that he does isn't stuff you would see Jimmy MrBeast upload on his channel. Now, this huge drama situation that is truly insane, or whatever garbage title I'll give this video, happened because Tyler crossed paths with the Whitakers. Now, if you don't know who the Whitakers are, they're an American family that are famous because they were interviewed by a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly. Now, Soft White Underbelly is a YouTube channel that is run by Mark Laita. I think I'm saying the second name right. Here's a picture of him. For 64, the guy looks absolutely amazing. He's really kept up with his health. Now, Mark originally was a photographer, but then he started Soft White Underbelly because he wanted to, interview people in America.
He started White Underbelly, but also he realized that being sensationalist with his content was, like, for instance, his snake book, which is one of his books. I think it was like snakes. He made a claim that one of the snakes bit him and he was going to die. And he sold pretty well with that one. He just makes like these ridiculous statements like on his books to get high sales. And he found the Whitakers and he got successful with that.
Yeah.
That America would kind of prefer didn't exist. This is people that work in the sex industry. This is drug addicts, alcoholics, gambling addicts, people that were just, basically destroyed by society, that society would kind of prefer to pretend that they never existed. And Mark, with his channel, would give them a voice. It's really interesting, mostly because the interviews are very candid. It really is just people speaking their minds about their problems, their addictions, how they're dealing with homelessness. And it's not in this kind of like quick fire TikTok way where it's like, quick, you got 60 seconds. Tell me the worst drug you've ever taken.
We smoking symbiote.
Is a symbiote.
Oh no! But did you see? He painted on his hairline. He looked like a vampire.
What the fuck is that?
Doesn't he look like one of those old school vampires?
Like Count Chocula?
Yeah,
fuck.
he's with the glasses. I just can't take him seriously.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He thinks he's rocking it. He's like, I look good. It
Looks like he put like ash turf on his fucking head. Holy fuck.
does. It sparkles a little bit, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah, like it's like the road. You know how the road sparkles at night?
yeah, it's asphalt. Yeah.
Asphalt, yeah. Holy fuck.
Soft White Underbelly was actually a channel that I was subscribed to for the longest time. I actually did have to unsubscribe from them recently because I go through my homepage and all I would see was just depressing interviews of people. Wasn't the best thing to wake up to. But that being said, a lot of the interviews that he will actually...
I would disagree with him. One thing, I think a lot of his shit is exploitative. Especially recently when I saw what he did with that 13-year-old girl. Honestly,
you were angry. You were so
honestly,
angry.
I thought he should have gone to jail for that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I think he should have gotten arrested.
do a follow-up interview like a year later or a couple of years later, where most of the people, or at least some of them, have actually changed their entire life around. They've beat their addiction, they've finally found somewhere to live, and it's actually really cool following these people's journeys as they, you know, overcome a problem that they found themselves in. Now, a group of people that Soft White Underbelly ended up meeting and interviewing is the Whitakers. Now, these guys became infamous overnight, mostly because of...
Now say the name.
Whitakers.
Okay.
I will
Mark's
say
channel.
this: they are the nicest type of people. They are so innocent. It's just they're not savvy with things. They're kind of like they're cooped up on their property, and they only go out of their property when it's, you know, food and necessities and stuff. But they seem like the nicest people.
because they're an American family that are completely inbred. And I'm not even saying that as a bit, like they are genuinely inbred. I think even third or fourth generation inbred. To the point that they're all incredibly mentally handicapped. They're going to need to perform basic actions. One of them as well can't even speak, and he basically only talks by kind of grunting. It seems that he can understand what people are saying around him, but he isn't actually able to give a response without just grunting.
The sandwich. So you grew up here in Odd, West Virginia, your whole life.
And this family
can
that's really getting,
understand.
like 24/7 care.
Like he can understand you, he just can't reply to you.
We were living in a shanty house. It looked absolutely disgusting. It was like the nicest apartment for $5,000 a month in London. So Mark from Soft White, he did some really nice things for them. He didn't just film, get his views and left. He actually invested time with the family. He actually took the family out to Walmart, I remember at one point, and basically paid for all of their groceries. And he even set up a GoFundMe for them.
Yes, he did that. And he also
Yeah.
posted those videos on his channel. It made tens and tens of thousands of dollars each time he did that.
I
So
think
it's
it's his
profit.
most viewed videos too.
Yeah,
Is
it's a profit motive behind it.
Said a lot of times YouTube is a flat circle. If one topic is talked about 5 years later, it will be dug up and talked about again. And that was the same.
Holy fuck, if that's not true,
It is
nothing is
true.
true. It's so motherfucking true.
Yeah.
When we talk about like Sean, you know, like
Puff Daddy.
no, like Puff Daddy, obviously, but you know, like the guy who was doing those interviews with for that makeup mogul.
Oh, are you talking about Jeffree Star?
Yeah, but
Shane Dawson.
We'll be talking about Shane Dawson in 2 more years about the cat interview.
Yeah.
We'll
He's
bring that
slowly
up.
trying
Yeah,
to come back.
yeah, we'll bring that up when he comes back. You know, like a cycle with him.
Situation with the Whitakers. Mark made his original video around 3 years ago, and then Tyler took it upon himself to go and visit the Whitakers and do a similar kind of video. And when Tyler actually visited the Whitakers, he did bring up Mark and the Soft White Underbelly channel, and he mentioned how the ad revenue from the video and also the GoFundMe money, that should be enough to buy them a new house. So where is it? Well, apparently...
All right, I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate with Mr. Mark here.
Okay.
The ad revenue that you would get for an interview like that is probably, he's lucky if he gets monetized, but like he gets, like, let's go to a fucking Salt White and Billy's channel. Okay, Whitakers. Okay, let's do Whitakers. Let me see. Give me a second. Okay, so probably let me see. I would say he's lucky if he gets monetized. He probably makes maybe like for every 1 million views, he probably makes like $900 to $1,000. So realistically.
And how many videos does he have though?
A lot.
So you're gonna so it's a
Like
lot
his most
more.
viewed video is 41 million. 41 million.
And which one is that?
That is the inbred family, the Whitakers, 3 years ago.
Yeah. See. Mm-mm.
But let's just say, like, it's not like it's a significant amount of money, but for him to go there, he's definitely profiting, but not
He's
to the
living
extent,
comfortably.
he's not to the extent you might think, because she's getting into a lot of very bad topics.
One of the Whitakers actually claimed in the video that they haven't seen any money from Mark.
My understanding is like, I don't know, $50,000 or $60,000 in there.
Yeah, I mean, like you laugh, but yeah, like if you're lucky, he probably makes $900 for every million views, and that's probably because he you know, because if he wasn't a big YouTuber, he'd probably make nothing, because he has a lot of controversial shit that he talks about that you will not get almost nothing. Like if I was to talk about what he was doing, and if I got 1 million views, like let's say we got 1 million views, we wouldn't be able to monetize. We wouldn't be able to monetize the video.
He knows that people like to watch a train wreck, and he exploits it. Let's face it, if he interviewed me or you, there would be no views whatsoever.
That's for damn, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm not saying like we're perfect and we're normal.
We're
boring. I'm just saying we're just boring. We don't.
We're bored. I'm not gonna front. Our lives are pretty bored. It's like, well, maybe not mine. If I was actually to get into work and explain like what I did on Fridays and Mondays, probably people would be interested in that. But then I'd be fucking up my job. But you know, I can't talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a lot more interesting to deal with what I saw a gunshot to the face victim there. I would rather watch that. No offense, you're amazing, but you know.
Has Mark given you guys an update?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you guys talked to Mark?
I talked to Mark the other day.
The other day? Okay.
And this sounds really bad because it seems that the Whitakers have never actually been getting any money. And Mark, who is this, you know, respectable photographer who runs a channel basically giving people that society wants to forget a platform. Well, what actually happened is Mark came forward and he made an entire video, unfortunately saying he did have to cut off the Whitakers from their money because they would just keep asking for more and more and more. Basically saying that if he didn't cut the Whitakers off from their own money, that they wouldn't have the money left to buy themselves a new house. It'd be impossible. And this would make sense because the Whitakers, they're obviously mentally handicapped, and if they had access to all of these hundreds of thousands of dollars, it probably would unfortunately disappear in an instant on probably food, you know, basic necessities, and they might even buy in excess to the point that most of the food they buy would probably just rot. One comparison I could actually think of right now is there was this singer in the UK called Susan Boyle. Some of you might know who that is. She was this woman with autism, and she became
I remember that.
famous overnight.
I didn't know she had autism
became a
until I saw
multimillionaire
this.
because, you know, she appeared, I think
I didn't know she had autism either.
was on the X Factor, did like a couple of hit songs, but she actually was not allowed access to more than £500 a week. She was even though she had millions in the bank, she was limited on what she could actually spend, because if she had access to all of that money, she probably was going to spend it all. I'm not saying that all autistic
£500 a week when she's worth millions of dollars seems a little low. I'm up it to like $2,000 a week, bro.
Yeah. But,
like, I think she can afford $2,000 a week. I think 500 is like poverty levels in fucking UK.
People are just going to blow all their money. By the way, I'm pretty sure there were more things in the background going on there, but it's just a good example to make. So after the way in Tyler's video, it was spun that, you know, Mike was basically using this family and not actually financially supporting them. Mike was a little bit annoyed, rightfully so, and he basically cut off contact with the family and refused to make any more content with them. If you look at the GoFundMe for the Whitakers now, you can see that only $18,000 were raised. I mean, it's still a lot of money. But if you go down into the description, you'll see that Mark has given a statement explaining where the funds have gone. He has transferred over $100,000 to the Whitakers over the last 2-ish years and showed what appears to be legitimate bank statements. So this caused a little bit of a schism, and then Tyler did a follow-up video, which he has now deleted, basically, you know, asking the same question: Mark, what happened with the money? Where is the money?
Now, I asked Betty what's going on with the money. She says, Mark says we've run out of money.
Did this motherfucker play Oblivion music in the background of his video?
He did. He's also he did this for a troll.
Oh,
I know he did. He's sitting on the toilet right now.
He's sitting on the toilet playing fucking Elder Scrolls Oblivion music in his in the video game. It's a video game, by the way.
What house? What do you mean, basically? So I uploaded this to my video, and I open-endedly asked Mark, what's going on with the GoFundMe? Where's the money? I did not accuse him of doing anything. I did not call him names. I merely asked the question I myself was curious about, and thousands of other people in Mark's own channel had asked him, and I would imagine that includes many people who have donated to the cause. which is to help buy them a new home.
Now, if we go down into Tyler's GoFundMe that he made for the Whitakers after Mark's GoFundMe, you can actually see that there has been a huge update. So this was only posted yesterday. I've refunded the GoFundMe donations you guys have donated to the Whitakers. It has come to light that 150K in Mark's GoFundMe donations has actually gone towards funding BJ's son's drug addiction, which is one of the Whitaker family.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I offered to buy the house at home, but they did not want to move. I paid the down payment for 2 separate modular homes, but both companies backed out the deal. The first due to unwillingness to work with the family, the second due to unwillingness to be part of this internet nonsense. I do not want your money to go towards crack or meth. At a certain point, there is such a thing as toxic charity. I do not want to inadvertently fund an overdose or buy these people things that end up getting sold for drugs. Upon watching Mark's video where BJ lies about the death of his father to get more money to buy drugs, it is then revealed that several family members are in on the lie.
Wait, what?
Mhm.
God.
Yep.
Oh my god.
She does, and one of the videos I sent you is the it's a soft. Mark. This is the thing. Mark said that he was never going to film them again, but then goes back to film them once he was like, I don't trust BJ and what she's saying. I'm going to go there and see if her dad's dead or not. And come to find out, he's alive, and he's like, I have no idea. This poor dad is like, I'm not dead. It's just hard. I mean, you got to remember, people who are on drugs, they get pretty desperate when the money is gone. They do stupid shit. It's not an excuse. It's just the behavior of somebody who's an addict.
Crazy.
Leading both myself and Mark to realize we were being lied to the entire time. I've also learned the family receives consistent SSI disability payments. In conclusion, I have instead decided to donate the initial 10.
Yes, no shit. They receive SSI. They probably receive $1,200 each. Probably.
$10,000 I pledged to the Whitakers towards an organization called Coalfield Development. They've been working for the last 13 years to rebuild West Virginia's economy from the ground up by creating jobs, paying people to get education, training, and diversifying local economies to create long-term job opportunities. Here's a link to their website. I can't make everyone happy. Thank you for understanding. Now, I'll be honest, when I went into this video, I really did think that Tyler was going to be, just someone very exploitative. He took advantage of, this Mark guy who's this veteran photographer, and this is just some up-and-coming YouTuber who wanted to get some views by painting someone in a bad light. But honestly, that response that Tyler gave, it's solid. I can't knock it. He's basically admitting that unfortunately the Whitakers, they can't be trusted with this money. It will go to drugs, and even if they get put into a new home, it will probably fall into disrepair like this home because they probably don't have the mental capacity to take care of their home. What they really need, and I mentioned this about another creator I talked about a little while ago, they need assisted living. It's so easy for me to throw that buzzword out there. I know health and social care in developed countries, it does suck. In the UK, it's awful. You want to get a therapist? Good luck, buddy. Enjoy waiting 3 years. I even know right now in the UK there's an epidemic.
Yeah, they do need assisted living because this is not good for them at all. So I guess we're going to Down the Rabbit Holes video.
Yeah, she has the details and stuff like that
About
of the text
stuff.
messages and voice clip. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Her video focuses on BJ lying to Mark.
Okay,
for
so
money.
This is the video from 11 days ago. I'll put the link in. All right, let's get going. All right, that's the video. Let's get going.
Died, but not really. I'm going to read a DM that somebody sent me. Y'all have been hitting me up about this video. Let me read this DM. It says, take a look at Mark Lita's recent video about the Whitakers. Someone in the family said one of them had died, so they could get money from Mark. Yet, he still exhibits kindness and compassion. I think this should be addressed on your YouTube channel so your viewers can perhaps reevaluate their opinion, and maybe you will as well. He was unfairly slammed, especially from the other guy, who should be totally ashamed of himself. Thank you. Shout out to this person that messaged me. Let's go ahead and review this latest video from Mark Lita.
Mark, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about this. If you could just help me this one time. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just asking you, can you send me $150? I promise after I get everything arranged for my dad. I never thought today would be the day I would lose my dad.
I received the message you just heard from Larry's daughter, BJ, about a week ago.
And let me read these messages. They say, I was going to see if you can help out with money so I could go get them something to wear to the funeral. I understand you helped me pay $800, but you can do this for me. I would really appreciate it. They have nothing to wear. If you can, please let me know while I'm out the house. Phone is out. And then there's more messages, which sounds like one of them was sent on Wednesday, and then the other ones are sent yesterday, whatever that time frame may be. Mark, can you please send me enough money to where we can make it down to the graveyard and back? Then another one. Hey, Mark, is there any way you can send me like 250 so I can get Betty, Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray, and it's something nice to wear to the funeral tomorrow. And then there's more messages. There will be a FB Live starting at 3 p.m. of my dad's service. Please message me and let me know. And I was going to see if you could send me $300 to help my sister pay for the dinner we are doing. Also, everything will be live so everyone can see it. Mark, do you have a Facebook?
BJ's been asking me for money to help pay for her father's funeral, obituary, and yesterday she texted me to ask for money for clothes for Betty, Lorraine, Ray, and Timmy to wear to Larry's funeral. So I thought I'd fly out to West Virginia to go to Larry's funeral, which is today. No one knows we're coming. And I spoke to Betty about Larry's death, and she confirmed what BJ told me, that Larry had passed away. So
another family member confirmed that Larry had passed away.
That's crazy that they're fucking pretending that someone's dead. So they
Yeah.
can get more money.
And they're also, this is the thing too, she also took advantage of how simple Mary is. Is her name Mary? The older woman that basically takes care of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad.
Just so everybody's aware. A couple people confirming within the family.
something still seems off, and I'm going to surprise everyone and see what I can find out.
So basically in this video, just to give you guys a rundown if you haven't watched it, Mark decides to go to where the Whitakers are at, kind of like an emergency type of trip without really telling the Whitakers that he was going down there. Prior to the trip, he had received voicemails from BJ, which happens to be Larry's daughter. Mark is showing this very interesting voicemail where BJ is telling Mark that Larry had died, so that she needed this money, and so Mark was sending this money. Mark then decides, well, I'm going to hop over there and see what's going on. And show up to the funeral that was scheduled sometime at 3 o'clock. The time frame is very interesting. In this video, we find out that BJ has been, BJ lied, Larry is alive, and he talks a little bit about that. Betty, who's supposed to be what seems to be the matriarch and also supposed to have some knowledge and say about where this money that everybody is donating, where this money goes, sounds like she's also enabling a little bit of this behavior where BJ lies to Mark and then Mark gives her money. Mark was under the impression that Larry had died. Okay. And BJ is confronted. Of course, she leaves, she sees Mark with the camera and she runs away and locks herself in a trailer, comes back later on, 20-some plus minutes later, and basically talks to Mark and is very much talking about a drug problem that she has, heroin and crack to be specific.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And she supposedly says she's only been doing it for like 5 months, maybe a year. That this is new because they took her off pain medicine because of her back. And so she resorted to something equally as dangerous.
Worse, actually.
Yeah.
Why the crack? I get the heroin, but why the crack?
I don't know.
Like the heroin makes sense to me as like something that would help you with pain and stuff, but I can't imagine crack helps you with that. Crack's usually, isn't that an upper?
Crack is I've normally seen people go both ways, like a downer and an upper. Mostly upper, yeah. So maybe it was heroin is a downer. So maybe it was countering the heroin.
People are something else, Zen. People are something else for sure.
She sits there with Larry and she's confronted by this. And in this conversation, BJ also discloses about other people that they're covering up for in terms of where this money is going. Okay. People have asked me in the comments and in the messages, does that change my mind about how I see Mark at this point? That he is this person with this selfless heart that is being taken advantage of by the Whitakers. Not really. And let me explain why. There was a couple things that Mark was called out for, I think, a very specific reason. One of those reasons
of many things he was called out for, let's just say that much.
Is that he started a GoFundMe and it was supposed to fund housing. The audience did not know that Mark was pulling money for the Whitakers. Now that money belongs to the Whitakers. He's doing that because the Whitakers are requesting this money. That's what he says, right? We don't have any records of that. I mean, this is what he's telling the people, which is fine. However, he wasn't transparent about that. People are endlessly donating money to this house, this potential house, right? That is supposed to be for this whole family and supposed to help them.
Well, clearly we're seeing more cracks in this situation, more cracks in this familial foundation, right? There's some drug problems happening, and there's some things that need to be addressed before there was even a house, right? So I think it's important, and I stand by what I said. He should have been transparent from the beginning about where these donations were going. If it wasn't going to go to a house, was it for a lifestyle? Was it to maybe pay other bills? Was it to address other things? I stand completely.
Oh wait,
by
pause
it.
real quick. I thought GoFundMe was secure. Like, if the GoFundMe is still going around and it's still public for people to donate, you can't take out of that fund, can you?
Yeah, you
Don't
can.
you have to? Oh, I didn't know that. See, that doesn't seem smart.
Yeah, usually you're better off with a PayPal pool because they take a fee with GoFundMe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, you have to pay taxes for GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
So taxes have to be subtracted from GoFundMe, while PayPal pools you don't have to because they're considered like a gift or something like that.
Okay.
So it's not really smart, but it's used a lot by people that don't know any better.
Now it sounds like I'm seeing in the description box that no more GoFundMes are being linked, but now there's the selling of the books that is supposed to help them. Is there an end goal to this help, right? Is BJ the only family member with said drug problem? It's a very complex issue, and I think that there needs to be a goal in mind, whether it's a house. Now it sounds like it could be a new bathroom, it could be a new something that could be built, or it could be for them.
Now I'm going to ask the question that maybe a lot of people are thinking, but they don't really want to ask, right? Did the money that was donated by some of the viewers and supporters of the Whitakers, did that actually fund a lot of this drug problems that are going on within the family, some of the drug issues? There's clear enabling by Larry and Betty, and who knows what other family members receive support. What do we have to show for this money? I know that there was the fixing of various cars and needs for certain things, but you do have to wonder, what do we have to show for this money because it didn't go to a house? And pay attention to this specific clip.
I understand when you get desperate for the drug, you'll do anything to get it. So you'll even say that your dad died and try to get money on somebody like me that fucks up everything you guys have going. It's like,
I know I was wrong for doing it.
yeah, I get it. I forgive you.
I'm sorry for it.
No, I forgive you.
I got the bank statements. I can tell you how much you gave them in 3 years. I added it up. You have gave them $150,000.
Yeah.
That's not counting what you sent to other people.
$150,000 and they're living like this. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ.
That's that's a lot of money. You could probably get a house somewhere in that location.
Bro, you can get a house and get most of it paid off during 2 years, man. Especially in that area, you could probably get that for like fucking $100,000.
Or they
Like,
could have built the house there because I know a lot of their family members are buried on that property.
Yeah, they could have easily built out that house, tore that shit down, buy a hotel for a couple of days, and build up a new house. The problem is that they wouldn't be able to maintain it. They don't have the capacity to maintain those houses. Some of them are just mentally just not stable. Like
They would need living and they would need
they need help. They would need help, like assistance. A lot of them are elderly. They have addiction. They can't handle the money. They can't. They'll spend the money. You know what I mean? You ever hear about too much of a good thing? This becomes bad, like a poison. Drink too much water, you die of water ptosis.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
In the family.
Right.
But I got the bank statements up there. You gave them $153,000 since 2021 to now. It's $150,000. The money when you do, like I told Betty, yeah, you might fuss about sending money, but you always send it to her.
Yeah, I give her a hard time every time.
Every time,
but I always
you
send
always
it.
send it.
I always send it. Yeah.
You call this Tyler guy, he won't even answer our damn phone.
Well, I have no connection.
We got into it.
I have no connection with that guy.
Paige is the one that sent him here, and it was wrong to her. She's supposed to be Betty's friend. She shouldn't have done it.
Notice how they mentioned Tyler and also a contract. And I also put the subtitles there for an easier read.
And like I told Betty, me and my daddy, we were the one that signed that contract saying nobody else would video. No.
So that was a lie. Because remember, Mark Lita stated that there wasn't there was a contract in the conversation, text, and then
there's
during
only
his
a
interview,
contract with those two. Yeah.
and then when his interview he says, "Oh, there was no contract. I just said that so people wouldn't bother him or something like that." But now the lady slipped and said, "Yeah, there's a contract."
Yeah, she said there's only a contract with her and her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very interesting. Very
I mean,
interesting.
don't lie. Just, you know.
No, but it's just like Mark is making money from it. And also it's like, why film this? Why do this type of stuff here
It's
like
insult
this?
to injury. He's trying to make his point of, oh, they fucked up. They look shady. I don't.
Yeah.
Her. It was me and my dad.
So a contract does exist that says that nobody's supposed to visit them, at least creator-wise. It's interesting.
If we was here, that wouldn't have happened.
That's how I see the situation. But I mean, I'm just kind of wondering what you guys think. If I start a GoFundMe and I tell you guys, I'm going to start my GoFundMe to buy a house. Okay. And in that GoFundMe, I decide to pay bills that maybe are to relieve some debt or some bills that kind of came up. Is that being honest about what I'm raising the money for? If I say that I'm buying a house and I need money, infinite amount of money to buy a house, is it okay for me to continuously raise money and not tell the public that I'm pulling money to address some other bills, go on vacation? I'm just thinking of
See,
different
she's
things that I can
right.
use money and not necessarily.
Yeah, like she's absolutely right with that statement because you have a
That's what I was asking
situation.
earlier.
Yeah, you have this guy withdrawing money and giving it to the Whitakers, and he's not being like transparent with his audience. That he's
No.
giving the money, and the money is not being used appropriately as it's being listed. It's listed as for a house, and it's not used for a house. So Mark is still he fucked up. He's not a scammer, but he's definitely fucked up. And I think
he's not being transparent.
Yeah, he's not being transparent at all. As usual, Mark Lita being untransparent and being an asshole. But anywho, who are these people? Sorry. You mean the Whitakers?
The Whitakers. They're a family near the Appalachians that are third generation inbred. They are simple. They're kind people. Well, that family house is. Extended family obviously has a drug problem. They're just simple people. They wouldn't hurt anybody. And and also that's the thing too. Why are you having people sign contracts that don't have they just need assistance because they could get themselves in trouble one day. He could lock a contract with them for life and they wouldn't even know about it because that's how simple they are. When I say simple, I don't mean, oh, they're, no, but they really are.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, anything else you wanted to talk about, or is that it, man?
That is basically it for today.
All right, guys. Good talking to you. See you around. Try not to party too hardy.
Y'all stay safe and thanks. And we'll be back next week with some more shit to talk.
Yeah. You guys have a good one. Bye.